federal government in a renewed commitment to end the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors strike. A new suspected militant group uncovered in the southeastern Nigeria. Normalcy returns to the Kabul International Airport hours after mob activities. The Nigeria Basketball Federation (NBBF) opens up on the rumored resignation of Coach Umora.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria will bring you news and information that will make your day. We are new, we are news, we are 24 News TV.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. This is 24 News TV. I am Organic Victor. As part of the ongoing effort to end the over 2 weeks old strike embarked upon by the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, the federal government last night met with the Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) at the office of the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige. Sources say that notwithstanding that the matter is already before the National Industrial Court, which has postponed the hearing to September 15, 2021, Senator Ngige has continued to make contact with all relevant stakeholders to end the doctor strike. In attendance at the meeting were the national president of the NMA, Professor Innocent Uja, as well as the NMA Secretary General Dr. Phillips Ekpe. Sources revealed that it was the first time the NMA national president, Professor Uja, will be attending such a meeting convened at the ministry. I recall that the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Ngige, was said to have reported Uja at the meeting of the Medical Elders Forum last week, accusing him of not providing leadership to the junior doctors, which Ngige claimed was responsible for the incessant strikes by NARD, despite effort of the federal government. The minister had also claimed that the demands of the resident doctors were substantially met. It was gathered that the minister had earlier in the day held similar meeting with the Minister of Health, Dr. Osagi Ehanere, and other relevant stakeholders in both ministries, including Dr. Peter Tarfa and Abdulaziz Abdullahi, Permanent Secretaries, Ministry of Labour and Employment as well as Health, respectively. On a lighter note, the president of the Nigerian Medical Association (NMA), Professor Innocent Uja, has praised the former military president and elder statesman, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, on the momentous occasion of his 80th birthday, describing him as a quintessential leader. Professor Uja, in a press statement in Abuja, extolled the former president for creating the medical salary scale and medical super salary scale, as well as providing the allocation of the land for the permanent site of the association in Maitama, Abuja. The NMA boss went further to say that Babangida established the Primary Health Care Development Agency in order to bring health care closer to the community and the downtrodden. The association prayed the Almighty Allah to endow the general with good health and peace of mind as he lives to celebrate many more birthdays. Moving on to security matters now, fresh revelations have emerged about the operations of a suspected militant group whose modus operandi in the southeast, particularly in Imo and the Enugu state, is the coordinated attacks on policemen, military personnel, especially soldiers and civilians perceived to be supportive of government measures at ensuring peaceful coexistence. The suspected militant group, referred to as the Unknown Gunmen Group, said to be headed by Tochukwu Okeke, aka Owo, is said to be responsible for attacks leading to the killing of over 20 soldiers and policemen, apart from the destruction of their facilities. A security source disclosed that the leader of the Unknown Gunmen is known to have received huge payment to kill civilians while also carrying out the kidnapping of prominent citizens for the purpose of raising money. Investigations reveal that some prominent victims of the group's criminal activities include late Justice Stanley Nnaji, late Ifeanyi Okeke Paul, the manager of Sunny Bright Motors, and Professor Samuel Ndubuisi of SEDI, and many others. Before the arrest of their leader Tochukwu and destruction of some of their camps, they have carried out attacks on Adani Police Division, a military checkpoint along Adani Omo Road, Eziagu Police Division, a military checkpoint along Oji River Udi Road, military checkpoint at Nnewi, and a military checkpoint along Enugu-Abakaliki Road. It is, however, disclosed that the new militant group has no connection with the IPOB. The Mpape community shop owners have continued to lament bitterly over the loss of their shops and residential buildings to the demolition activities of the Federal Capital Territory Administration in Abuja. About 2,000 shanties, containers and other alleged illegal structures were destroyed beginning from Wednesday, 11th August 2021. FCT administration said the demolition, coming as a thorough sanitation, was requested by residents and landlords who had made passionate appeals to the minister to save them from the traffic gridlock that made life unbearable in the area. Chairman FCT Ministerial Committee on City Sanitation Atta Ikaru said Mpape Resident and Landlords Association 6 months ago begged the minister to come to their aid as illegal commercial activities are taking over the road corridors. Atta noted that the sanitation and demolition was long overdue and it was targeted at roadside shanties and other unapproved buildings causing obstruction along the roads. The development and legalization of National Skills Qualification Framework is fundamental to the technological growth of the country. A former executive secretary of the National Board for Technical Education, Masaud Kazaure, made this known while speaking on repositioning Polytechnic education towards addressing technical challenges during the gathering of scholars at Rahim Oloye International Conference Center at the Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro, Ogun State.
That all Polytechnics should be given degree awarding status, E-Tech, insofar as human, material and infrastructural facilities permit, and should retain their names as they are presented. The National Diploma Certificate should be the entry qualification to the proposed B.Tech program, and the focus should remain the inculcation of technical skills and competencies at very high levels. Number 3, there should be a systematic and gradual phasing out of the HND program.
How Polytechnic education can contribute immensely to nation building. That is why we have instituted this public lecture.
Polytechnic education should be given a major attention in all our educational planning because science, technology, and innovation are the key drivers of the economic transformation.
We are going on a quick break now. When we return, the news continues. Stay with us.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria will bring you news and information that will make your day. We are new, we are news, we are 24 News TV.
Glad to have you back. Now to the rest of the news. Towards the attainment of a better society, youths have been advised to engage in community development projects that will impact the lives of people. The newly installed 2021-2022 president of the Rotaract Club of Ikene Remo, Ishola Oluwatosin Rebecca, made the call at an event held at Obafemi Awolowo Recreation Hall, Ikene Remo, Ogun State. The reports.
Towards the attainment of a better society, Nigerian youth have been advised to engage in community development projects that will impact the lives of people. This call was made known by the newly installed 2021 to 2022 president of the Rotaract Club of Ikene Remo, Ishola Oluwatosin Rebecca, at an event held at Obafemi Awolowo Recreation Center, Ikene Remo. While promising to uplift humanity and make the world a better place for all, the six presidents admonished Nigerians not to look down on themselves, believe they can effectively make a change wherever they find themselves. She noted that attention will be given to maternal health care towards addressing the increasing birth rate, community development, and amongst others.
I would just employ more youths to come out and do the little, because we are youths. As you can look around, we are youths coming in and out. It's not civil people to engage more in these humanitarian services. We don't have to have $1 million before we can do little things like that. So when youths come out, at least it's going to change the community.
One of the things that we can do is political awareness. Political awareness. social awareness. Now, political awareness in the sense that the youth in Nigeria should be able to give an effective awareness, so that, you know, the mentality we have in Nigeria is that politics is poor, politics is deadly. Now, if we do not begin to give awareness to people that we have to adequately and effectively choose our leaders, then we'll continue to have bad leaders that will continue, at the long run, will continue to lead this nation to the pathway of decadence.
Still talking about youth, the role of youths in governance cannot be overemphasized. In this regard, Nigerian youths have been advised to resist every attempt by older politicians to bully them out of political activities, as it is within their fundamental right to actively participate in politics. This was the message at this year's International Youth Day celebration in Ogun State. Our correspondent tells us more.
Nigerian youths have been advised to resist every attempt by older politicians to bully them out of political activities, and it is within their fundamental human rights to actively participate in politics. This call was made known by speakers at an event organized by Ogun What Next Group to commemorate the 2021 International Youth Day with the theme The Role of Youth in Electioneering Process in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Speaker after speaker lamented that Nigeria is in a bad space today because the youth have stepped away from politics. They charged the youth to join political parties and contest for leadership positions.
Young people were not getting involved. And I was trying to explain to them that there's no one that can keep them out except themselves, because they have the numbers. If one cannot do it, two can do it. If two cannot do it, three. If three cannot do it, 10 can do it. If they need to get 100, they have the numbers. So they have the ability to, you know, come in there and just say, okay, here we are. Let's have the conversation. But if they're not coming in, then it becomes a lot easier for people to just pretend as if they can serve them behind their back. And I was trying to advocate to them that nothing is as important as in being interested in how your lives will be governed.
As we all seek for a better Nigeria, I need not remind you that greatest advantage is your numerical strength, and there is power in number. This is in line with the popular maxim of majority carries the votes, or majority wins the votes. Your role should also include harnessing your numerical advantage to influence and press home your demand. Create a new political consciousness and vision. Develop culture of integrity, diligence, and probity, as these are in aggregate the strong pillars of your roles in the electioneering process.
The conveyor of Ogun What Is Next Group, Olamigoke Ogayemi, in his address disclosed that the group was set to provide a platform for youth to engage, learn from other politicians, and provide solutions to the myriad of challenges confronting the country. Ogayemi urged youth, irrespective of their political, religious, or ethical affiliations, must come together and build the country by participating in the electoral process.
Ogun What's Next has taken it upon itself to intentionally promote political consciousness among youth, so that on the long run, in years to come, we can begin to produce aspirants that are ready to give back to the community and their environment. We begin to produce aspirants that are selfless in their act. We begin to produce professionals that are willing to use their skills to add value to the system, and not people that have nothing to offer, who would always be attracted to the budget and the national coffers.
Ruth Ugu for 24 News TV.
Moving on to Afghanistan, a surge of U.S. troops has restored order at the Kabul airport barely 24 hours after Afghans mobbed the runway in a frantic attempt to flee, as pressure mounted on the Biden administration to do more to evacuate thousands of Afghan allies fearing for their lives. The Taliban on Tuesday sought to present themselves to the world as responsible stewards of Afghanistan. The group's leaders took to Twitter, appeared on international cable networks and held a news conference, all to provide assurance that they would not engage in systemic retribution and to offer vague assurance to women in some areas of Afghanistan. Women have been told not to leave home without being accompanied by a male relative, and girls' schools have been closed. The Taliban became known for brutality, carrying out executions by stoning in a soccer stadium and compelling men to pray 5 times a day under the threat of the lash. Television, videos and music were also banned. Women in particular suffered gravely, with girls' education banned and women largely excluded from public life. And now moving on to sport, the Nigerian Basketball Federation (NBBF) has responded to the rumors about the resignation of Coach Umora after the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo, saying Coach Umora remains an integral part of the senior men's national basketball team's technical setup. Umora, who guided the team to the 2017 AfroBasket silver medal in Tunisia before picking the 2019 FIBA World Cup ticket, was named associate head coach following the arrival of renowned Golden State Warriors coach Mike Brown. However, in view of his recent busy schedule and increased commitment with Erie men's basketball team, the Federation said Umora will be with the team on a touch-and-go basis alongside assistant coach Mfo Udofia, who is there full-time. And that's the news. For more breaking news on politics, business, entertainment and sports, contact us on www.24newstv.com.ng. You can also join us on our social media handles on 24 News TV. I am Organic Victor. Thanks for watching.